1、2、3、4、5. Now you know how to count to 5 in Chinese. Congratulations on your first step in this amazing learning journey. And if you've already started to learn Chinese, then 加油! What makes Chinese so interesting and why should you learn this language? If you're looking for the answers to those questions, then you came to the right place. And by the way, when I say Chinese in this video, I mean Mandarin Chinese, or 普通话, the common dialect. Besides the ability to have a nice chat with more than 1 billion Chinese speakers, what other advantages will knowing Chinese offer you? Well, before we begin, I'd like to mention that passion is the greatest motivator when it comes to learning any foreign language. So if you're passionate about something, then the experience of learning and understanding is the highest reward you can get. The lack of passion doesn't mean it's over, but it would be nice to have something more personal to fall back on when stuff gets really hard, because it will. So without further ado, I bring to you 5 reasons to learn Chinese this year. 1. Ordering Chinese food. Looking at a Chinese restaurant menu won't be so confusing after you learn a handful of Chinese characters. The only issue you'll encounter will be ordering too much food because you want to impress the Chinese waiter with your newly acquired language skills. Check this awesome and useful character for noodles. It's pronounced 面条. Reason number 2. Traveling to Southeast Asia will be more fun. Generally speaking, traveling to any country where you can speak the local language is an amazing experience. You can connect with the people on a deeper level and you won't feel like a stranger anymore. Not to mention that learning a foreign language also gives you valuable insight about the social norms of a particular culture, which means that a culture shock will be easier for you to absorb. Besides China, obviously there are lots of Mandarin speakers in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, South Korea, or Japan. Which brings us to the 3rd reason, learning other Asian languages. And let's take the Japanese kanji system as an example. You know, those hard-to-read characters that were derived from the traditional Chinese writings. And so, many words look the same in both languages, but they're pronounced differently, like this one. It means success. In Chinese, it's pronounced 成功. In Japanese, it's pronounced 成功. Here's another example with Chinese and Korean. The Chinese word for park is 公园, whereas in Korean, the same word is pronounced 公园. But it's spelled differently because Korean uses the Hangul system. So it's good to know that knowing Chinese will help you learn other languages, right? Here we go with reason number 4, improve your visual memory. The structure of Chinese words is pretty logical sometimes. Take the word for fire, combine it with the word for car, and there you have it, the word for train. Or take a tree, plant it next to other trees, and then you get the word for forest. Now for real, we should go plant some trees. Studying Chinese will definitely help you improve your visual memory because the characters look very similar to the actual object they describe. There's always a story behind the strokes of a character, but you have to be patient enough to discover it by yourself or read about it somewhere else. And our last reason is business. Some people say this is not a good reason, but I think this is still an effective incentive to start learning a new language. There are many Chinese-speaking investors in the West, so learning Chinese will surely help you expand your professional horizons. More and more Western countries are starting to accept WeChat or Alipay as a payment method, and many more disruptive innovations will be brought to the West in the years to come. So get a fancy tie and let's get down to business. I still have some extra motivation for the real fans still watching this video. Here we go! Much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and stay cool.